See, I could have swore it was probably just the
You're
herbs
forgetting
around the
the Spear
crown.
of Destiny.
Oh yeah, I need the Spear of Destiny, and I'll get Constantine to shove it through him. Seem about right. Ooh, wait, maybe I need to pull out the chalice. No
It
use to
looks
me.
like the space for a second chalice.
Maybe, but this isn't on a dish, so I don't think it matters.
Maybe you need to pick up the dish
I tried. What's this? It's
for the second
pointless.
dish.
It was pointless. I
That's
don't know
because
why
it
it
was
would
a
let
dish.
me in there if there was no point. He's got like leaves or something around his head. Oh wait, maybe at this point I wasn't going to bother with light switches anymore. Oh. But what if this switch opened the floor?
We don't know it's a light switch. But then again, are there any lights in this room to begin with?
Yeah, there's two.
Oh, how do you get to the top of this area?
That's where we found the nail. The Bible that had the nail.
Was there only one top? There's not
Yeah.
like part of that? Okay.
Good night.
Oh, hold on. Something was curiously different about the Enri sign now.
We gotta put a circle over his head.
Was something was curiously different. What looks different about it?
The lighting. Oh,
Do I catch this on fire? No. Clean it. It's clean enough.
oil.
Oil it? No, didn't need to be oiled.
Stab it.
Crowbar? Ah! Haha!
That was a guess. Okay. And that causes that to
And then it burst into flames. Oh,
Now
it
he just
opened.
might be more annoying. But we can go down, so it's fine.
Hello? Anything down here? It's dark.
A lot of darkness. Light a match. And then oil the match.
Didn't have any oil in it.
Ha, I was right.
Didn't need to be oiled.
That seems to be a conundrum.
Can
I guess we just don't get a see.
At this point, I was going to bother with light switches anymore.
But we can't see.
Yeah, I definitely cannot see.
Oh, use the
Nearby,
match.
impossible to discern anything in the secret room, but it seems to be a candle. Match. There we go. He felt it was necessary to light this candle, specifically.
But not the light switch.
Most of the books scattered in the hidden room were about occultism and African culture. Even their titles were disturbing. There's a letter here. Strange titles such as De Vermis Mysteries gave me the shivers. As much as I love books, I didn't even dare to open those. Alright, I know the letter is what we're probably looking for, so... A map of Africa. What's this all doing under a chapel, by the way?
It's his secret room where he uses his pipe.
Oh, I can't pick up the pipe.
Letters.
I picked up a stick, though.
Even better.
Alright, so...
How can we be a detective looking through our house if we don't have one of those pipes?
I don't know. I don't know. Like, how am I going to sit in front of the fireplace and stroke my beard in thought while smoking on a pipe? Anyway, we got a letter here. It says, April 5th, 1963. Christopher. These may very well be my last notes in this regard. I'm afraid Catherine has already realized that I've been doing what I've been doing here all the time. In vain, I've tried to explain myself, and I know that might have been the outcome had I kept insisting. If you could only believe me, Christopher, because I know you intend well, but I can feel the doubt in your heart. Put your rational thoughts aside for a moment and yield to the facts. If I can do it, someone who was constantly taught in the wonders of science ever since his childhood, then so can you. I'm hoping that you will contemplate the possibility of some truth in my assessments. Once you read about my latest findings, it is imperative that you carry on with this task. Catherine is watching every my every step, and I'm afraid she'll take strong measures if I do anything out of the ordinary. Did you know she's been talking to the other doctors besides you, and psychiatrists? My God, Christopher, I fear that she's willing to shut me up in a madhouse. How is it possible that all of you won't believe me? As if what happened with my own son wasn't enough proof. In my adjacent notes, you will find an essay on the origin of the curse and what should be done to eliminate it. I know the whole amulet deal must sound crazy, but you have to trust me. The tribe has been doing this for centuries. Are you going to forfeit all that knowledge and experience? They faced a god, Christopher, and lived to tell it. Now, it's our turn to live and tell the story. And Christopher, if we fail to remove the curse and anything happens to me, I want you to do it. And I have my complete mental faculties whilst I'm asking you this. It has been becoming more and more dangerous lately. Do not hesitate. There is simply no other way, and you would be the only one left who can do it. Promise me. Promise me you will. I know I'm asking you to become a cold-hearted murderer, but Christopher, our lives and possibly many others are at stake. Isn't that enough to forget your vow? James. Interesting. The plot thickens.
Faith of God.
The faith of God. We also have something from March 26th.
No year.
No year. I'm going to guess it's from his journey to Africa, though. The folklore of the Damar is just as disturbing as their vicious attacks. If my researches have been correct, then I could have stumbled upon one of the most ancient tribes ever known to humanity, dating back to the era where the so-called Bushmen inhabited South Africa. We're talking over 20,000 years ago. How could any civilization manage to survive all this time without ever hunting or expanding? Just being there. I don't dare to imagine what 200 centuries of inbreeding and cannibalism can do to people. I've seen them, and they can't be called humans. What was most unsettling is their mystical background, possibly considered a religion due to its complete lack of basic rules and maturity. The only simple premise is to keep an evil entity at bay, which has been stalking them since the beginning of time or the Dark Ages. At this point in my research, I had to stop and consider implications. Damar actually thought of their later period, the systematic slaughtering of mankind, as good times or the Golden Ages. I thank the Lord that this tribe never managed to grow, as I seriously think the region, maybe even the entire continent, would have suffered terrible consequences. This history is so ancient that it makes me feel dizzy. The vengeful god, which is incidentally referred to as Dalholm, would control the Dalmar via its many incarnations. Most of the time it would be a tall feline-like figure, always dwelling in shadows and slaying any villager who would wittingly come close. Some say its dead claws could not only penetrate your body, but your soul. The purpose of the harassment is unclear. It looks as if the Damar were simply toys to play with. It seems that the Damar managed to free themselves from its clutches with the help of an amulet or charm which would effectively force the entity to retreat. The most curious thing is how this amulet was conceived. Two main elements were required to perform the exorcising of this evil, and they had to be strictly related to each other, one representing the victim and other representing the victimizer. To achieve this, something related to each one was used. While I'm not sure what it referred to as the victim, I think it can be concluded that anything belonging to any villager would have served, given that they were all victims. As for something representing the victimizer, that may have been more complicated. What could possibly be related to a god? This god in question. Next, these elements had to be mixed with a rare medicinal plant native to the region, which apparently had the properties to blend both items together, as long as they were not too solid. Finally, a branch of a particular tree whose name escapes me now had to be used as the holder of the blended items. It is on this item that a mysterious blessing was performed. It should be noted that all the elements had to be organic. The Dalmar successfully released themselves from the control of the vicious god with an intense ritual that seems to have taken days to perform. In the end, the amulet was so powerful that the entity surrendered to their will and offered divine power in exchange for sacrifices. But the Dalmar wouldn't allow to be fooled. They decided that getting rid of this evil once and for all would be the wisest thing to do, so they managed to capture its spirit and store it someplace where they could guard it for ages to come. My god, the evil spirit was cast into a mask, trapped inside the confines of this blessed wood for eternity, a mask which its description bears uncanny resemblance to who am I fooling? It is that mask. The Dalmar keeps this spirit at bay via regular rituals involving the blood sacrifices and aforementioned amulet. The last book I read today about the Dalmar, in reality 2 small paragraphs as I'm using bonus reading in a book lent by the museum, has revealed to me something that left me completely paralyzed with terror. I've always wondered since I began studying them what made the Dalmar savagely slaughter neighboring tribes without any apparent reason. Was it a violent raw instinct? Did they feel threatened in any way? Was it by a perverse and ungodly sense of enjoyment? No. It was fear. Fear that someone else would take the mask and release the god. They killed to protect themselves from falling again into the Dark Ages. If they went to such extreme lengths to avoid this, then why did they have to endure when the entity was free? The rituals haven't been performed on the mask for years now. What have I done? What have I done? It was a shock to learn about this evil. Terrible as it was, it still wondered to what extent James Blackwood went to get rid of the curse. Okay. Well, I am interested now. Because now I have this branch. I have this here. I'm going to guess I need to create the amulet by, like, combining random items that I found. What are your thoughts?
I'm not sure how useful of an information it is about a bunch of people who warded off a feline god with an amulet.
Right.
Seems to me like capturing it into a mask was the worst possible thing they could have done.
What I don't understand, right? Like, if it's capturing a mask, burn the mask. And that will burn the evil.
But what if the game is using logic that if you burn the mask, you're burning
You're just
the prison,
releasing
not
it.
the prisoner?
Yeah, okay. That would make somewhat sense. What time is it? 2 p.m. now. Do you think that shadow's there?
That's also in the assumption that we spent an entire hour just looking at crosses and stuff in a church.
We did. Oh, we could look at the journal. Anything? Oh, yeah, we got a lot. That's it. Robin, the name of Blackwood's dead son. The cubes in his room didn't spell the word bin, but part of this name. Bin. And then, of course, the letter R. Saw in the crypt came in handy. Now let's see what the secrets are stored inside this box. The box contained yet another key, except that this one looks fairly important. Also, I'm wondering why exactly Blackwood used the name of his son as the code to the box. Guilt, perhaps? I'm finally inside the chapel, the place where Blackwood spent most of the time during his last days. I can feel it. I'm about to make great discoveries in here. The story is fully revealed to me now. That disturbing African mask is cursed. It isn't exactly important whether this curse is real or not, even though I'm actually willing to believe that due to my experiences inside this house. But the fact is that Blackwood believed it was very real. What drastic measures did he take to get rid of it? A murder? A sacrifice?
Well, judging by the fact that he's not here, something.
Yeah, he
in
definitely
regard.
did something. I'm gonna see if Jerry has anything to say. I doubt it, but you know.
Yes,
Oh!
Jerry, it's me.
Michael, I was about to call you.
Why?
I've been thinking about what you told me, and you could be onto something there. But I'm worried about your safety now. This could be dangerous.
What do you mean by dangerous?
Well, let's suppose you're right, and James Blackwood is indeed hiding somewhere inside the house. He's a madman, a murderer, and your life could be in danger.
Jerry, if James Blackwood is still alive, he'd be nothing more than a harmless, decrepit old man. I don't think I'd have any problem outdoing him.
And what if he is armed?
I'm willing to take that risk. He surely knows I'm here by now. What if he's waiting for me to leave so that he can escape? I can't miss this opportunity.
The opportunity of what, for Christ's sake?
Of knowing. I'm already too much into this, Jerry. And if I don't know what happened inside this house, I won't be able to sleep again.
You're obsessed. You were supposed to finish your book, get some rest, and now look at this. What are you going to say to your editor?
Who knows? Maybe this whole episode inspires me to write that ending. I'm sorry. I can't leave this now, Jerry. It's too late.
I can't believe this. I don't understand you. Doesn't the possibility of spending another night in that house with a creepy old man hiding in the basement scare you?
I know what you're trying to do. Goodbye, Jerry.
Michael? Michael! It's dangerous, do you hear me? Dangerous! You have to leave that place!
I'll keep you informed.
Well, that's probably not the wisest thing to do ever, but, you know. I'm gonna
He
guess
was
time has
murderer
passed.
all along.
Time is still 2.
It was Jerry.
It was Jerry. He was the murderer all along. Anywho,
He's the creepy old man hiding in your basement.
he's the creepy old man. You're right. It's gotta be him. I don't see a shadow. This is unfortunate.
Maybe you could just dig now.
Maybe. Yep. Yes, I can. I can just dig now. That makes
You know
no
what to dig.
sense. Okay, well,
You had to talk to Jerry first before you start digging.
oh
Come on.
yeah. Oh, and we're digging it back up?
Well, what did you
Or
expect?
maybe that was the
You
wrong
expect
spot.
You expect him to just leave a hole in the middle of his yard?
I mean, kind of, yes. I didn't know where I should dig, so he's just gonna dig random spots now. Wyatt wouldn't let us do this
So
earlier.
instead of complaining that he doesn't know where to dig, he just decided to start digging. He doesn't know where to dig, but he's digging.
See, why wouldn't it let me do this earlier, though? That's my thing.
Here's the thing: what if you're actually just digging in the same spot over and over again, and you're supposed to do something here?
Right? That is a possibility.
You're just sitting here digging up the same hole over and over.
Well, if I am, it's not making a good job of making that clear.
Cool. Looks like the same screen to me every time.
Yeah, same. But there's nothing I can do right here. Like, it's not even letting me click on anything. Oh, I can click on the shovel.
You can
Thanks.
click on the shovel and they'll dig it back up. Nice.
Good job, me.
You sure clicked on that shovel.
What can I say? I'm a champ.
I don't know. I'm not convinced that it's a different screen every time.
Yeah, it looks like the same screen, to be honest. I can't click anywhere over here. How about over here? Just a little bit more over here? Huh? Maybe right here?
No, the grass and leaves are in the exact same position every time you do this.
Yes, I know. But I've clearly moved a screen over.
Have you?
Yeah. Hey, at least I can just, like, try and dig in the ground now. Like, at least it's not the alternative of,
Well, at least in that case, your character knew he wasn't going to find anything. Now we don't know if we should be finding something, or if this is just telling us we're not going to find something.
Right, right.
We don't know if this is just a screen that's supposed to be like... You're missing the point, Michael.
Oh boy. I get the feeling it should be here. It's
Can
somewhere.
you use inventory items while on the screen?
I can. Can I further use the shovel? No. I don't have
Oil
anything
the
that would
hole.
help there. See, I can't even click on the hole in general, like he's not making any comments about it. You know what I mean?
Maybe you're supposed to use an item on the shovel.
An item on the shovel. I mean, possibly?
That's the only thing you can interact with, right?
Yeah. This is the only thing I can interact with on that screen.
I don't know. Maybe we have to find the shadow.
Still nothing there. Although that looks like a skull, doesn't it? Like, does that look like bones, maybe? Is that what we've been seeing this entire time anyway? Shovel on shovel? That wasn't useful. Crowbar on shovel? That wasn't useful. Oil the
Oil.
shovel.
On shovel.
Damn it.
Oh, now we can dig farther. Look at that.
Hmm.
We just need to oil the shovel.
That's all we needed.
Flex tape?
Wow! That's a lot of damage. No, okay, that was showing up each time then.
Oh yeah, that was definitely showing up each time. I want to know how this guy can perfectly make the ground return to normal every time he digs a hole. He smooths it out really well.
He's skilled.
What's
Also,
that? A glue.
isn't there like a very distinct line right here? You know what I mean? Like a
Most
very
definitely.
distinct line. That's weird.
The shovel just glows. It's just what it does.
No such luck.
What if we're not supposed to be digging in the yard yet?
It's a possibility, but I can't think of anything else that I should be doing.
We can go check out the mask.
We could always go check out the mask, that's true.
We can go talk to Jerry.
We may need to talk to him twice. I've ran into that situation. We could always try and give that a shot.
Well, nothing's being accomplished by digging holes in our yard at this point.
Right.
is it?
I hear you. All right, we'll head back inside and I'll talk to Jerry. Other than that, I may go ahead and just look at the photo again from the servants' room, see if maybe I can get a better idea of where it's at. I mean, we said we'd keep him informed. I'm digging hole. I didn't feel like calling Jerry. Okay.
Well, I felt like calling Jerry.
Well, let's go ahead and look at the photograph again. I'm trying to get scratches done so that I'm completely caught up for starting Yomawari 2 tomorrow. So you may not hear from me at all tomorrow until I finished it, to be completely honest.
No, you're right that you meant you were gonna finish it tonight.
Oh, Yomawari 2? It releases tomorrow.
Oh,
I mean,
thought
I
you
would...
wanted to scratch.
I would get it at midnight, but you know. Okay, so we see that there's the huge line of rocks here, and then it looks like there's two other sections of rocks, so it should be like somewhere right in the middle of it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So we could try looking there. So there's just the huge line, and there's like two sections of rocks that we can try and pinpoint it. Unless it's in the backyard. Is it back here? Is this it? Possibly? No. There's definitely not a line of rocks anywhere. So it's definitely got to be somewhere this way. But this is legitimately like the only thing I can think of to do right now is try and figure out this amulet, right? That was mentioned in the letter or the
Right.
notes. My only idea would be I need to come up and make this amulet. Okay, so two sets of rocks. It should be like right here, according to the photograph. Like right here. Let's try right there.
The same screen.
Yeah. Oh. Hold on. Note of eviction. Mr. Michael Arthate, October 12th, 1976. Due to irregularities during its acquisition process carried over by Mr. Jerry P. Carter, you are to immediately leave the property known as Blackwood Manor. If you fail to comply, legal proceedings will be enforced against you. You have 2 days to effectively abandon the property after the issuing of this notice. We take no responsibility for the courier service. A police officer is due to arrive at the Blackwood Manor on Tuesday, October 15th. Should you be present, you would be immediately taken into custody without further notification. The National Trust. Well, that's unfortunate because that was the reason why Jerry wanted me to leave the house so badly. I bitterly realized that he wouldn't come for me, and that it was up to me to find a way to leave the house. And unfortunately, I still don't know what's up with my car. But we can access the back now. So there's that. Oop, did I take the battery out? It was the uncharged battery of my car. Haha. Car battery. How am I going to charge this battery then? Can't think of anywhere where I would be able to charge the battery. Anything in here? No kind of battery charger, I'd assume. Nothing hiding in the toolbox. Unuseful. There was an old dusty bicycle in the garage. It seems to have some sort of device attached to it. What do you mean by device? Is this the device? Nothing out of the ordinary. Some sort of device. I can see what it means. What kind of device is attached to it, though? Oh, it does generate light. So that's interesting. Can I attach the battery? That wasn't useful. I didn't think so. Where is said device?